What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay with Play, back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the last season of Euphoria, the end of an era. Low-key, I was kind of sad to see that this show was ending. This show kind of did deserve to end. I feel like it should have kind of ended after season 2. I'm not really a big fan of season 3, to be honest. I love the way it was shot, obviously, but it wasn't really all that good for real. In my personal opinion, they had some good parts here and there. They have some good scenes. I like how Ali slid back for Rue and all that, but like, to be honest, it didn't really fit the Euphoria vibe that I fell in love with though. Like, for a whole different show, if this was a different show and it was just season 3 as a season 1, then I kind of would like the show. But based off season 1 and season 2, like season 3 was kind of a flop, low-key. Not even the fact that it took, like 4 or 5 years to come out. It's the fact that this is all they had. But I can't really blame it too much because they had a lot to work with. A lot of the actors became big. They lost some actors. I know it took time because of the whole COVID. And y'all gotta remember, the writer's strike had happened too in like Hollywood. It was like a writer's strike, or it was something like that had happened where all the writers in Hollywood was like quitting because they wasn't getting paid enough. So that took a huge gap out of movies and TV shows too. So this is all they had, man. And I know Sam Levinson gets a whole lot of hate of the stuff that he kind of does, but you gotta give it to him, man. He gave us Euphoria, bro. He literally gave us Euphoria, man. And of course, Zendaya deserved all her props too. She definitely did a good job still. All right, y'all, let's get it. So my biggest frustration for this show was that every episode wasn't really good. It was like a hit or miss on some episodes. So the season had 8 episodes. Episodes 1 and 2 were trashed, and the 3rd episode was good, the wedding one. Then the 4th and 5th one was trash, but then the 7th and 8th one was good. So it was like, you know how season 1 and season 2, almost all the episodes are good? This one, it was like, you could be watching the episode and you stayed up all night just for it to be like nothing for real. And it's like, bro, what? And another thing, so you know how this show is like known for the most craziest scenes ever? I felt like this season didn't really have that many breakout scenes. I feel like one of the only scenes of this season that was like a breakout major scene was the scene where the wedding episode where Nate had got beat up on the stairs and Cassie was crying. I feel like that was one of the only breakout scenes of the show. That scene, and obviously the one when Rue had died, and I guess you could say when the police had got Lori in them, that was a pretty good scene. But it wasn't that many good scenes where you can, like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh my gosh, man, I can't believe that had happened. Like how season 1 and season 2 is. It's like this season, it was just like only a few scenes that I can remember forever. Other than that, some of the episodes was kind of like lame. Like, y'all remember that one episode where they had the whole montage of Cassie doing the whole OnlyFans and then kind of took up like 10 minutes of the intro? And it was like, bro, I was ready to turn the whole TV off, bro. I was like, bro, what? And then I feel like it was low-key like a battle between Cassie and Rue, who gets more screen time. Like, at some point, I couldn't tell whether Cassie's like kind of the main character now, or is it Rue? Like, you see what I'm saying? I was like, bro, come on now. And like another thing, so it took me a minute to kind of realize the whole difference between Mexico and California. Like, one minute they're in California at Lori house or Nate house, the next minute they're back in Alamo house and all the way in Mexico. I had to keep remembering that they're in different like states or areas. Like, this whole entire time, I kept having to remind myself that. And then I also kind of got mad because, like, if they were basing the show in Mexico too, I feel like they should have used the Mexican cartel more. Like, you know how on every TV show or movie, whenever they have something going on in Mexico, you kind of see the cartel, like the little Breaking Bad and all that. Like, I felt like, yeah, Alamo and his storyline was cool. And I also love that they actually did have a lot of black characters this season. Like, a lot of characters were actually black this season. The last black character we kind of had on this show was like McKay and like the twin brothers. But like, I feel like if they were basing some of this show in Mexico, they should have used the Mexican cartel. Definitely could have added more to the story, especially when Rue had to become a snitch. Like, I feel like they should have had more cartel drug stuff going on, and then Rue just be in the middle of it. Kind of like that scene where she was with Fez and she got caught up in the whole drug deal stuff. I feel like they should have added the whole Mexican cartel. Not gonna lie, at some points, Alamo, the whole cowboy stuff was kind of throwing me off. It was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. Alamo always want to give these super duper long speeches before he does something. It's like, come on, bro. It was kind of getting played out low-key. And the way they used Nate Jacobs, I feel like the wedding episode was really the only episode where he did the most talking. Like, I feel like after the wedding episode where he got beat up, we only seen him once per episode, and it was like kind of useless because like Nate was one of the characters that kind of carried the show too. Him being a whole narcissist and all that. He had a lot of good scenes season 1 and season 2, but season 3, After the third episode, they barely used him. He was only there for like one scene every other episode, just crying and getting beat up. The whole him getting beat up stuff was kind of getting played out too. Like that time he got his finger chopped off. Like I understand the whole toe stuff, but when he got his finger chopped off, I was like, all right, come on, y'all doing too much now. And then he just getting grabbed up. He had so much fire in him the last seasons. Like, what happened now? Like, you mean to tell me like you can't fight back now? So I feel like that whole storyline was kind of getting played out just a little bit. And when he actually finally had died, I kind of didn't even like how he had died. Like, yeah, the whole snake thing, but I know Jacob Elordi was in like a whole lot of other movies, so he probably only had that much time. But it's like, come on, still, bro. Like them other little movies he on is cool and all that, but like I feel like the world want to see him on Euphoria. He should have put Euphoria as a priority. But then again, I'm not rich and famous, so like I don't really understand how those contracts work and whatnot. Plus, they did lose a lot of people, and the show got pushed back a whole lot. So I do understand that, but I just hate how they barely had used them. And then with Jules, they barely used Jules. The only time you ever saw Jules, she was inside the house. I feel like they barely had used Jules too. I think her name is Hunter Schafer. You barely even see her on a bunch of movies for her to be like barely there. I feel like they should have used her more for real. So now to get to the pros of this season. For one, definitely it was great quality. It looks way better quality than season 1 and season 2. Even though I think season 1 was shot way better with the color. I know that was a big thing everybody was kind of mad about. They didn't have that much color. To be honest, I did kind of want that color back. But season 3 definitely had the best HD quality. I don't know what type of camera they're using, but like it was very high definition. But the camera shots wasn't really the same. They didn't do all the zoom stuff that I had loved from season 1 and 2. Like the cinematography for the camera, it wasn't really that good like season 1 and 2. But they definitely did do a good job though. And I really love how they did the Fezco tribute in episode 10. So when they had started off with the whole thing of Fez had broke out of jail, I was like wondering how they were going to use him like on the screen. Like I thought Rue was going to go back to the house and say, hey Fez, hey man, what's going on? And they would show Fez like, hey, what's up, man? I was wondering how were they going to do that part. But that ended up being right when she had died. But at least we still got to see him during the montage. I had like how they had that. I was hoping that they would have used some type of flashback scenes of like camera shots from season 1 and 2 that they never used. I thought they could have just put that in there. Like I'm sure they got some scenes where they didn't use and they just had Fez talking to Rue. I feel like they should have did that though, but they probably didn't really have anything for her to use. They should have at least mentioned Ashtray too. They did not mention that man at all. But I think they should have used some camera roll clips that they got of Fez and Ashtray just sitting there talking to Rue. I'm sure they got some deleted scenes somewhere that they could have used. I was kind of mad about that part, but at least they did kind of show his face though. So like I feel like they kind of took away Lori's power, how like Lori kind of came off scary in season 2. I feel like they kind of took it away. They barely had used her too. Like there was some episodes where she just popped up like one time for real, and like she had killed herself when the police had came. I feel like they should have went out with a big shootout. That would have made the episode way better. I was expecting a whole shootout for real, to be honest, since like those guys were acting all country and like ghetto and geeky. Like I thought it was gonna be a big shootout, but they just got arrested, and it was like, oh wow. I feel like they should at least went out with a big bang, seeing how this was the last season. But Lori wasn't really looked at as scary anymore. It was kind of more like Alamo and then the Russian guy that Nate owed money to. They were the only two scary people somewhat. I would have really just been all right with the show just ending at season 2. Like they could have kind of kept this season. The season was good because like I said, it did have some good points. I wouldn't have been mad if like it was just a season 1 and season 2 thing. Like if this is all they have for the season 3, they could have kept it. If it was to be a spinoff, what do you think they should make a spinoff of? But all right, y'all, that's it for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all, peace.